We are legends.
Hello and welcome to We Are Legends, the unofficial podcast of DC Legends Mobile. I was finally able to finish editing the audio of Hate, Ogre, and Check My Crits. I apologize for some of the sound quality. Check My Crits had a poor microphone and I could only edit as much as I can. Please enjoy.
And so I'd like to introduce a special guest with us, CheckOutMyCrits, and he also has a very interesting in-game name if you'd like to share that with us.
Why, certainly. I am Lasers Go Pew Pew Pew.
That's such a great name. Gotta
Love
ask, and probably pretty obvious, but what is the, where did you get that name from?
Honestly, I think it was one of the ones that I picked up from my days back when I played WoW many, many moons ago.
Oh, a fellow WoW player.
Yeah. My condolences to you.
Wasted many an hour.
Yeah.
But they were good times.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lasers Go Pew Pew Pew, or Check Out My Crits, whichever name we're going with today. He's going to join us, and while we're waiting on Slow Beast, as always, Slow Beast is slow. So we're going to go ahead and start the show and discuss the rework characters. Have either one of you gotten a chance to try out Hawkgirl yet, since the rework?
Nope.
No, not really. Sorry.
Hawkgirl is one of the, 3 characters I have at, level 5.
Yeah. I think you actually have me beat on that. I believe that she's sitting at level 1 for me.
Jeez. Well,
I think
I try to get everybody up to, level 30 so I could play with them a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything with her.
On Hawkgirl, she was one of those characters I really wanted to make work because I liked her model and she was a neat character nobody ever used. So I geared her out. She was actually one of my earliest Gear 11s, believe it or not. So I've had her Gear 11 for a long time, and I had enough to take her Legendary 5, so I went ahead and did it. And she's not a bad character. She's definitely improved from what she was, but I have to say I'm not super enthused as I was hoping I would be. The changes are good and interesting, but
not enough.
yeah, well, a lot of her ability, and I think for other users, she's probably very good, but my requirement of RNG, which, if you've watched any of my videos, you know my RNG is not good. So
Your RNG is 0.
yeah, so I have no RNG with anything. So, for example, there's a 15% chance to stun each enemy. I will say, earlier today, I did have a match where I stunned all 4. But that's the first time. I've never seen her stun anyone with her AoE prior to that.
Did you go to Critmas Mass and pray to RNGesus? Is that what it was?
Yeah, well, apparently I haven't, because even
Yeah.
even in WoW, my drop, Slobies can testify to this, because we would be run raids. I would never, ever get the drop. Never. It just didn't happen. If there wasn't 100% guarantee to get something, I never got it. The worst luck ever.
If it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck.
Exactly. It just doesn't work that way. I've been lucky in life, so I guess that's my trade-off. But
I think you beat the odds there, sir. I think you can be happy about that.
Yeah. So.
Take what you get, right?
Exactly. So I'll take it. But still, she's a pretty good character. I've been running her. She works well. I noticed both her and Killer Frost work well with other stunners, so they do pair very nicely together, and I'm interested to see how they're going to pair with the new characters coming out. Especially
Grodd looks like he's going to be an absolute monster for them.
Oh, I can't wait for him. I'm very excited for him, and I actually am a lot more excited for Banshee character than I thought I'd be. The more I look at her kit, I think she's going to.
She looks bonkers. She looks bonkers. I'm looking forward to using her.
And the free character has been pretty darn good each time. For Legendary Order on Hawkgirl, what I'm recommending is pretty much exactly what I used to recommend. The only difference is the last 2, but I would go 4-4-1-3-2. I think having that 100% chance to call assist when she stuns an enemy on her passive is probably the best. And then her, hang on one second. Yeah, it's a 100% chance to call assist if Hawkgirl stuns an enemy on her turn. I think that's her second upgrade. The first one is, I can't remember.
It's like 40%.
Yeah, because I had mine, but either way, you want to go get those two first because that's very good with her. And then her one, the 20% chance to strike an additional enemy. And then there's an 80% chance if target is stunned by the strike, but there seems to be a bug on that one that's been reported up and confirmed that it is a bug. So if you're not seeing that 80% chance to if the target was stunned for her to strike an additional enemy, that's because it's getting overwritten.
Yeah, basically the assist call is overriding the additional hit.
Well, there have been a lot of especially the newer free play characters. A lot of them are really, really good, but a lot of them have also had like one or two little glitches in them, I suppose you would say. There was, what was that one? I was just reading on Reddit the other day, where they were saying that there was a debuff that was getting overwritten, or it was getting treated like it was a buff, so Wonder Woman DOJ would spread it around. It was Batman TDK. So, back a little bit, but he was the free-to-play character for that month, wasn't he?
I want to say yes, but I honestly can't remember.
I don't remember what you're talking about either, off the top of my head.
Okay.
I've been kind of out of Reddit. I don't know if you've noticed.
I haven't been on there hardly at all myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
Life just being life.
Yeah, I've been extra busy lately. It seems like there's just been. Well, I've been trying to do fun stuff, more outdoorsy activity type things, which has cut into my video game message board time. But,
Can't be a closet nerd all the time, right?
yeah, I gotta start going outside. I went kayaking on Saturday on a little side note, and my
Nice.
Casper the Friendly Ghost skin. I was so sunburnt after like 2.5 hours.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, well, it's funny.
Yeah,
because
that's what I
using
always tell everybody. Is like I am so white that I would actually glow in the dark. So yeah, I feel
well, I'm South Florida, so I really should at least have a little bit of a tan. And obviously when I was ill, I didn't go outside much, and then it was surprisingly cool for even Florida for a long period of time this year. Like normally by March it's 1,000 degrees outside, but this year it actually just warmed up. So finally took the kayak out, and I'm using the spray-on sunblock, which you really should use more than 30 in Florida, even if you have darker skin. And I have like these crazy tan lines all over my stomach.
So
Ridiculous.
you do know that the SPF number is actually how long it lasts, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to spray that on every half hour.
Yeah, well, not only that, but you really want higher gauge.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But
I do
anyway.
tech support for a living, so I wouldn't know anything about any of that.
What is this
What's
sunlight
that?
you speak of?
Where are you from, anyway?
Manchester and Tennessee. So very messed up accent, if that's why you're asking.
Oh, I was just curious.
No, I get that all the time.
I actually had a buddy while I was in the military. He had a British accent, but he was from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So.
No, what's really weird, though, is when I start getting, like, really excited or upset or something like that, to hear the limey accent, and every once in a while I'll drop in a y'all or something like that, and yeah, it sounds, oh, man, it's bad.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, well, steering this ship back on the target. Let's talk about Killer Frost. How about either one of you have any playtime with her?
I was going to use her a little bit this week. Haven't had a chance to yet, but she does look really cool. I like her new ability. Looks interesting.
Unfortunately, Killer Frost is another one of those that I really don't have geared up or leveled up. I've got her to L2 because I heard that she was going to be the new rework character, and they've been pretty good about the reworks of late. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll start getting her up, but I just haven't had the chance to be able to start gearing her because I've been working so much on the jump to Gear 11.
Now, I would say Killer Frost is definitely she's the better of the two. She's a very good character, and I mean, Hawkgirl's not bad by any means.
Well, to be
But
fair, she was better before,
yeah, Killer Frost was
so we kind of
already
expected.
a decent character, but now she's very good. She does kind of need another stunner to really, be a really strong character. But even without another one, she's still pretty solid. Her new ability, the 65% to use an ice spear when an enemy is stunned, is really what makes her kit now. That new ability really, I think it was a good rework. Just added just that one additional thing to really put her over the top. And I think
Give her that Bane treatment.
yeah. Well, on a side note, while we're getting on side notes today, my Bane is so dumb because I was trying to make a team with Bane because everybody's like, oh, you should use Bane with these two new rework characters, as your red stunner instead of Catwoman or one of the others that I've tested with. And I'm gonna post some video, and you'll see my Bane just sits there, and he just stares blankly at characters. He doesn't proc his men. He doesn't punch anyone. He just sits there and dies. And I'm like, and I know he's a great character because I've watched enough videos of everyone else using Bane, watching live streams, playing against him, and he slaughters. He's like one of the most feared characters to fight against. But
Who is it that what team are you using him with?
I've used him with everything. I mean, the only time he's halfway decent is whenever I use him with Enchantress Slade. But even then, mine still doesn't proc. It doesn't matter. It goes back to my RNG thing. But anyway, on that side tangent. She's really
Your Bane got zapped by Grodd.
That sounds like a retard. But anyway, she's really good. That 65% chance even procs for me, so it's good.
Okay.
Really, really good character. The legendary order I'd go for her would be 4-1-2-5-3. I think that on heat absorption, having the free solid cooldown -1 and the extra 20% turn meter anytime an enemy's stunned is fantastic because she definitely gets to take a lot of turns quickly. And then her basic, having that extra 50% damage when they're stunned, and then proccing that cold reflection, makes her shell out a ton of damage. And since she does special damage with it, you can nuke some characters pretty quick.
Yeah, she seems like she's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was running a team you'll see a lot of video of if you watch the YouTube version of this. I was running Black Canary lead, Killer Frost, Hawkgirl, and then I was using MJ just to have a taunting character, and then having the intellect down for the special damage from both Hawkgirl and Killer Frost. Worked pretty well, and then I swapped it out. Tried Bane, didn't work so well. Catwoman worked really well. It was a pretty solid team. You can take on a lot of stuff, and you stun the crap out of them.
I say you should check Clayface for your taunter.
Yeah, my only
so
thing with that would
that
be 3 energy.
you can do the speed downs.
Yeah. I like her. I did run some teams where I used, instead of using Hawkgirl, I used different energy characters. Mystic characters. So I didn't get to play with the 2 of them this weekend because I was gone most of the weekend as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to do a lot more experimenting with them, but they're definitely fun, and I think...
oh, actually, here you go. Use Superman lead as your main taunt.
Yeah,
that could be interesting.
Alexi was running a Superman lead, Joker damaged goods, Killer Frost, and I can't remember who his 4th was. That looked like a really interesting team.
Was it Aquaman?
Might have been. I can't remember exactly.
Or Vixen. No, it was Vixen.
It was Vixen, that's right. I thought that was a really interesting, cool team. So it definitely opens up the character grouping.
Yeah, no, there's quite a few stunners out there, and I think you can definitely get away with a lot of different comps with this.
Yeah, especially ones that have been underutilized that you just really haven't seen much of.
Yeah. Like, Grodd is just going to be bonkers when he finally hits and makes that stun team just over-the-top viable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next up on the list for the news, and just wanted to see what everybody thought of the new PvP events. Red Robin is the next 2. It looks like they're doing 2 rounds of Red Robin. So I know he is a very good character, and I hate facing him, which I'm not looking forward to everybody having him, to be honest with you. So...
He's one of those characters that I've heard everybody saying, like, oh man, he's so good and all this, and he really is. I mean, like, I've seen the videos with running him with Clayface and with Mirror Master, and pretty much anybody for the other one, for the other slot. But he seems like he's really, really good. But to me, honestly, it seems like Mirror Master and Clayface by themselves just seem like they're a really good duo. Like, I'm hoping that, because I'm really wanting to actually do that one with Red Robin, and I'm hoping that he helps to open that up a little bit more. Otherwise, I might try running kind of I try to do duos together so that I get like 2 different types of synergy together.
Yeah.
And see how those run. So I was kind of hoping to do Batgirl and Batman Beyond and Mirror Master and Clayface.
Yeah, Batman Beyond is pretty good. The Red Robin, though, he does everything. He does the buff immunity. He has the can't miss and remove buffs, so he can take care of MJ, so you don't have to swap out characters. He can take care of pretty much any character that relies on buffs. He does good damage. He attacks endlessly. Even on your own team, it's not
He does
quite
okay damage.
Yeah, he does decent damage. It's not great, but decent. It's plenty enough for his kit being as strong as
Well, it makes up for it because it gets those bonus attacks. So, it's kind of the same vein as Castaway Green Arrow. If they did more damage, they would just be even more nuts.
Yeah. And he goes invisible, so he's hard to kill. He just kind of has everything you could want in a character.
Yeah.
But he's not as good outside of Clayface, because you really need him to be invisible early to be as potent as he is. I mean, he still works on other teams, but it seems like he's not nearly as effective.
True.
Like, I still feel that Red Robin is the expensive version of Castaway Green Arrow. They basically do the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purge buffs. Take turns out of order. Do silly things.
I like those teams, though. I mean, especially because I'm one of those people that like I was saying before, I used to play WoW. So when I was playing, a lot of the time, to be honest with you, I probably wasn't actually all that good. So just being able to, have one that kind of takes over for you, and it's like, okay, I understand that you probably don't know what you're doing right here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do a couple extra moves for you.
Yeah, I think one of the most daunting teams that I've ever come up with, like, personally, was a Wonder Woman Princess of Themyscira lead with Bane, Flash, and Castaway Green Arrow.
Ooh.
Like, that, to me, that's a really daunting team.
Yeah.
So
I can see that. That's a lot of speed there because, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't, like, Princess of Themyscira, she's, like, one of the fastest mystics that there are, isn't she?
she's pretty fast, but she's not up quite at the top.
Yeah, she's.
Well, I mean,
Well,
she's
she
not
gets
like
bonus attacks.
Cheetah or
That's why.
anything, but, yeah.
But she gets bonus attacks is why she's so good. So, like, she's also super tanky.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, my problem, because I run bleed teams, like, the debuff immunity that she puts on everybody, and I'm just like,
If you call me Elf one more time,
You're an angry little elf. Thank you all once again for bearing with us during these difficult times. I have some family issues going on, and Hate's been really busy with work and outside circumstances. So we're going to try to put out a show every week, and we'll try to be consistent. I really apologize for these past couple of weeks. Thank you for bearing with us.
do you like the show? Consider becoming a patron and get a special show each month, our special Q&A episode. It's only $1 to have access to this. Check it out at patreon.com, WeRRRLegends.
Thanks for listening. You're not going to say anything?
are legends.
Do you like the show? Consider becoming a patron and get a special show each month, our special Q&A episode. It's only $1 to have access to this. Check it out at patreon.com, WeRRRLegends.
Thanks for listening. You're not going to say anything?
We are legends.